welcome once again. So we are in our first module. In the previous classes, we have seen what is Clapeyron's theorem, what is the derivations of Clapeyron's theorem, and we have analyzed the continuous beams. First two problems, we have analyzed the continuous beams with simple supports. Third and fourth problem, we analyzed the continuous beam with fixed support at one end and fixed support at two ends. Our fifth problem was to analyze a continuous beam with overhang. And now the sixth problem, one more problem in overhang. So here the problem is a beam A, B, C, D, E. So that we have A, B, B, C, C, D and D E. This is a 4-span beam. And it has a built-in support at A. That means it has a fixed support at A and roller supports at B, C and D, and DE being an overhang. DE is an overhang. So we will draw the continuous beam first. Okay. So while drawing the continuous beam, so we have A is a fixed support. B, C and D are roller supports. So B, C and D. This is B, C and D are roller supports and DE is an overhang. And now AB is 7 meter long. So AB is 7 meter long. BC is 5 meter long. CD is 4 meter long and DE is 1.5 meter long. So this is DE, this is 1.5 meter long. What else is given? The values of moment of inertia of section over each of these lengths are 3I. So along AB it is 3I, along BC it is 2I, along C it is I and along D it is I and I. Beam carries a point load of 10 kilonewton at a point 3 meter from A. So from A at a distance of 3 meter we have a point load of 10 kilonewton. So this distance is 3 meter. This distance is 3 meter. Now an UDL of 4.5 kilonewton per meter over the span BC. So in the span BC we have an UDL of 4.5 kilonewton per meter. And a concentrated load of 9 kilonewton in CD at a distance of 1.5 meter from C. So in CD you have a concentrated load of 9 kilonewton at a distance of, so this distance is 1.5 meter. And another point load of 3 kilonewton at E. So at E you have a 3 kilonewton loading. So for this beam you need to draw the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. So how this problem is different from the previous problems? See, here we have one AB, BC, CD and DE. So we have 4 spans. It is a combination of UDL and concentrated loads, and our moment of inertia is also varying over the spans. See, for AB it is 3I, for BC it is 2I, for CD I and for DE it is I. So moment of inertia is varying, I value is also varying. And the span lengths also different span lengths, 7 meter, 5 meter, 4 meter and 1.5 meter. Now, as usual, we will write our step 1. Our step 1 is to draw the simple beam moment diagram. Simple beam moment diagram. So how will we draw the simple beam moment diagram? First of all, we will take, so all the supports are considered to be simple supports. So while drawing the span AB, so A and B, there is a 10 kilonewton, So this is kilonewton. Okay, 10 kilonewton, right. So this is 10 kilonewton at a distance of 3 meter and the span length AB is 7 meter. So we know our bending moment diagram, simple bending moment diagram will be, it will have a maximum value at this point, we will take it as F. So at F we will have the maximum value. So our MF will be equal to, we know our MF will be equal to WAB by L. So here W is 10, load is 10, A is 3 meter. Therefore our small b, this distance is 4 meter divided by length is 7. So that we get 17.14 kilonewton meter. So this magnitude is 17.14 kilonewton meter. Now we will take the span BC. Okay. So for the span BC, this is B and C, we have a uniformly distributed load of 4.5 kilonewton per meter. Here the length is 5 meter, the span length is 5 meter. So while drawing the simple beam moment diagram, since it is an uniformly distributed load, this will be a parabola and the maximum value will be at the center of the span. So that M max will be equal to WL square by 8. Here W is 4.5 into L square is 5 square divided by 8. We get 14.06 kilonewton meter. So this is 14.06 kilonewton meter. Now we will take the span CD. So while considering the span, while considering the span CD, this is C and D, we will assume the supports as simple supports. We have a 9 kilonewton concentrated load acting at a distance of 1.5 meter from C, 1.5 meter. At this point, we will take it as A, B, C, D, E, F and G. And the total distance is 4 meter. The span length CD is 4 meter. We know to draw the simple beam moment diagram, the maximum magnitude will be at G. So mg will be equal to WAB by L. So W is 9, A is 1.5. So our B is 2.5 divided by span length is 4. We get 8.44 kilonewton meter. So this magnitude is 8.44 kilonewton meter. Now we will draw the simple beam moment diagram. So our simple beam moment diagram will be, okay, for AB at F you have, so this point is F and this point is G. So at F we have 17.14. So 17.14 kilonewton meter, this is positive. Then for BC 14.06 kilonewton meter and it will be a parabola. So here it is 14.06 kilonewton meter. This is also positive. Now for CD 8.44 at G. So at G it is 8.44 kilonewton meter. At D it will be 0. So EC, since there is no support at E, there will not be any free moment. That is, there will not be any simple bending moment in the span BE. So now this is our, so this is A, B, C, D and E. This is also positive. So this diagram is called simple beam moment diagram. Now our step 2 is we will find what is A into X bar. Okay. So that will be our step 2. We will find what is area into X bar. So for this span AB, for the span AB, our area into X bar will be equal to, see, we have to consider what is from A and what is from B also. When we are considering from A, our area into X bar will be equal to, we will divide this into two triangles. So this is first triangle and this is second triangle. So this is the first part and this is the second part. So area is half into our base. Here the base is 3 meter and this is 4 meter. Half into base into our height is 17.14 multiplied by, see, from A the center of gravity will be at a distance of 2 by 3. So this value will be 2 by 3 of 3, this distance. Okay. So 2 by 3 of 3 plus, we will take for the second portion, that is half into base is 4 into height is 17.14 into, so this distance here, this will be 1 by 3 of 4. So from A it is 3 plus 1 by 3 of 4. So this A into X bar we are calculating from A. Okay. So this will be equal to 199.97. So this A into X bar is measured from A. So we have to remember this, measured from A. Now we will calculate what is A into X bar measured from B. So A into X bar will be equal to, we will measure it from B. So we get half into basis height into 17.14 multiplied by, from B, see, this is this distance. So this distance is, here it is, this is 2 by 3 of 3. So this will be 1 by 3 of 3 plus 4. So 1 by 3 of 3 plus 4 plus half into base is 4 for the second part. Half into base into height is 17.14 multiplied by, this will be, this distance is, now this distance is 2 by 3 of 4. 2 by 3 of 4. So we get this A into X bar is equal to 219.96 and this A into X bar is measured from B. Now we will find A into X bar for BC. So this is B and this is See, for BC, A into x bar, this remains the same because here the centroid lies at the center. So from B and from C, we will get the same value. So that value will be equal to 2 by 3 area of the parabola 2 by 3 into the base is 5 into height is 14.06 multiplied by x bar from B and from C it will be the same value, that is 5 by 2, so we get 2.5. So we get the value as 117.17. So this is from B and from C. From B and from C we have the same value. Now we will come for the span CD. So while coming for the span CD, our A into x bar will be equal to so here also we will split it into two triangles, 1 and 2. So this will be equal to half into base. Here the base is 1.5. Half into base into, see here we will calculate from D. The reason is, see while we are considering the span, our first set of span will be AB, since it is a fixed at A, since we have a fixed at A, our first set of beam will be A dash A and AB. That means, see our x bar for this span, our x bar will be A dash. For this span, our x bar should be calculated from B. Now, when our second set of spans will be AB, BC. That means our x bar should be calculated from A for the span AB and x bar should be calculated from C for the span BC. Now, our third set of span will be BC, CD. Okay, BC, CD. That means for the span BC, we have to calculate the x bar from B, and for CD, we have to calculate the x bar from D. Now, see how many unknowns are here? Moment at A, moment at B, moment at C, moment at D. That means 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we have 3 sets of equation. But see, moment at D will be equal to this 3 into 1.5. So this will be already known. Moment at D will be already known. So that we will have only 3 unknowns and 3 equations. So that means here we will be calculating from D. So when we are considering the span ABBC, we have to calculate the x bar from C. That means when calculating A into x bar, you have to find what is the value from A, what is the value from A, from B, from C and from D. Okay, so here see first span A dash A B completed, A dash B BC completed. Now we have BC and CD. So when we are considering this span, only from D is enough. There is no need of considering from C because we are not going to use it for our 3-moment equation. If you need, you find it, and if it is necessary, you use it for your problem. So now we will calculate this from D alone. So it is half into, here the base is 1.5. So 1.5 into, the height is 8.44 into this distance from this to this. So this distance is, here it is 1 by 3 of 1.5 plus 2.5 plus the second part, it is half into, base is 2.5 into, height is 8.44 multiplied by this distance is 2 by 3 of 2.5. So what we get is 36.57, and this is calculated from D. Okay, calculated from D. See, for this span, there is no need of calculating from C. Now, we will move on to our third step. So, step 3. Step 3 is find the unknowns. Find the unknowns. So, here our unknowns are MA, moment at A, moment at B, moment at C, and moment at D. Okay. Now, so our unknowns will be moment at A, moment at B, moment at C, and moment at D. Now, this MD is an overhang, right? MD is overhang. That is, span DE is overhang. Therefore, our moment at D will be equal to, moment at D will be equal to this 3 into 1.5. When you are taking at D, when you are taking the section at D, the right clockwise becomes negative. So, moment at D will be equal to 3 into 1.5. So, minus 3 into 1.5, we get minus 4.5 kilonewton meter. So, moment at D will be equal to minus 3 into 1.5. So, we get minus 4.5 kilonewton meter. So, this is moment at D. Now, we have only 3 unknowns, A, B and C. So, we need 3 moment equations. So, step 4, we are going to apply the 3 moment equations. So, first of all, we are considering the span. Since A is fixed, we will consider A dash A and AB. So, A is fixed, B is simple support, intermediate support. So, we will assume an imaginary span A dash. Now, what about AB? For AB, we have a 10 kilonewton load. Now, the distance AB is, for AB, 7 meter. Right? So, for AB, the span length is 7 meter. 10 kilonewton load is acting at a distance of 3 meter. And the moment of inertia for the span AB is 3I. Moment of inertia is 3I. So, here we will, the moment of inertia for this span is 3I. So, now we will write the 3 moment equation. We know the 3 moment equation is Okay. So we know the three moment equation is the first span, that is here it is A dash. So M A dash into L naught by I naught plus 2 times the intermediate support, that is MA, moment at A, into L naught by I naught plus L1 by I1. This is for the second span, this is for the first span, plus the third support is B. So moment at B into the second span is, that is L1 by I1. See, we use 0 here because it is an imaginary span. This is equal to minus 6 into A naught x naught bar, because it is an imaginary span, by I naught L naught plus A1 plus A1 x1 bar by I1 L1 plus 6 into E delta A dash, that is the first support, divided by L naught plus E delta, the third support is B, divided by the second span L1. So we know, see, there is no settlement of support, so this becomes 0. This is an imaginary support, so this becomes 0. So the remaining values are 2 times MA into this L naught is an imaginary thing, so this becomes 0. We get L1 by I1 plus MB into L1 by I1 is equal to minus 6 into, this is an imaginary span, so this becomes 0, A1 x1 bar by I1 L1. So 2 MA into L1, the value is 7 meter. 7 by, the value for moment of inertia is 3I plus MB into L1 is 7 meter, the value for I1 is 3I is equal to minus 6 into A1 x1. A1 x1 is here for the span AB. So for the span, repeat, see, for the span AB, the extreme support is B. So AX bar should be calculated from B. So we will see here, see, for AB, for the span AB, from B the value is 219.96. So 219.96 divided by I1 is 3I multiplied by L1 is 7. So you can cancel this 3I, 3I, 3I. You get 4.67 MA plus 2.33 MB is equal to minus 62.85. This is our equation number 1. Now we will go for the second set of span, that is a span AB, BC. This is our second set of span. So you can see here, so there was an imaginary span A dash. First set of span is A dash, A and AB. Second set of span is AB, BC. So BC, the moment of inertia is 2I. We have a 4.5 kilonewton meter and 5 meter span length. So we will draw this first. So why this is not writing? Okay. So we have A, B and C. So for AB it is 3I, for BC we have 2I BC is 5 meter. For AB, the span length is 7 meter. For BC, the span length is 5 meter. So, these are all the things what is needed for us. Okay. So, now we will write the 3 moment equation. So, 3 moment equation here is the first support, that is MA into L1 by I1 plus the intermediate support 2 times MB into L1 by I1 plus L2 by I2 plus the third support moment at C into L2 by I2 is equal to minus 6 into A1 x1 bar by I1 L1 plus A2 x2 bar by I2 L2 plus 6 into E delta A by L1 plus E delta C by L2. So now see, there is no settlement of support, so this becomes 0. So the remaining things are MA into L1 is 7 divided by I1 is 3I plus 2 times MB into L1 is 7 meter divided by 3I plus L2 is 5 meter divided by 2I plus MC into L2 is 5 meter divided by I is 2I is equal to minus 6 into A1 x1 bar by I1 L1. So I1 L1, I is 3I and L1 is 7 plus I2 is 2I, L2 is 5. Now here, see, A1 x1 bar is calculated from A for the span AB. A1 x1 bar is calculated for the span AB from A, because for this span, for this beam, A is the extreme support. So A2 x2 bar is for the span BC calculated from C. So we will see the values. So for A1 x1 bar is calculated. So A1 x1 bar is calculated from A. From A the value is 199.97. So the value is 199.97. 199.97. A2 x2 bar is for the span BC calculated from C. Okay. So BC calculated from C, here both are same. So 117.17. 117.17. So you simplify this, we get 2.33 MA plus 9.67 MB plus 2.5 MC is equal to minus 127.44, equation number 2. Now we will move on to our third set of span, that is span ABBC. So next is BCCD. Our next set of span is span BCCD. So we know BC, this is 3I, sorry, 2I and 5 meter. What about CD? CD is 4 meter, right? CD is 4 meter. So CD is 4 meter. So for this, see, we don't have space here, we will go for the next page. We will write here. Okay, so our span is span BC, CD. So BC C, D, this is 5 meter, 4 meter, this is 2I and I. So our three moment equation is MB, that is the first support, MB into L1 by I1 plus the intermediate support 2 times MC into L1 by I1 plus L2 by I2 plus MD into L2 by I2 is equal to minus 6 into A1 x1 bar by I1 L1 plus A2 x2 bar by I2 L2 plus 6 into E delta A by L1 plus E delta C by L2. Now, see, we have already found the value for MD. The value for MD is minus 4.5. See, we have already found the value for MD is minus 4.5 kilonewton meter. Okay. So now we will substitute the values. So MB into L1 is 5 here. So 5 divided by the value for I is 2I plus 2 times MC into L1 is 5 divided by 2I plus L2 is 4 divided by I plus MD into, here L2 is 4 meter divided by I2 is I is equal to minus 6 into, see this there is no settlement of support, so this becomes 0. So A1 x1 bar by I1 L1. I1 is 2I and L1 is 5 plus A2 x2 bar by I2 L2. I2 is I, L2 is 4. Now A1 x1 bar is for the span BC measured from B. A2 x2 bar is for the span CD measured from D. Now A1 x1 bar is for span BC measured from B. Okay. So for span BC measured from B, the value is 117.17. So 117.17 plus A2 x2 bar is for the span CD measured from D. So you can see here for the span CD measured from D, the value is 36.57. So it is 36.57. So what we get is, simplify this, you get 2.5 MB plus 13 MC minus 18 is equal to minus 107.16. This becomes our equation number 3. See, substitute for MD, you substitute minus 4.5. So you get minus 107.16. So now we have 3 equations, 3 unknowns. Now we can solving 1, 2 and 3. Equations 1, 2 and 3, we get MA is equal to minus 8.77 kilonewton meter. MB is equal to minus 9.40 kilonewton meter. And MD is equal to minus 4.5 kilonewton meter. Sorry, MD is already known. MC is equal to minus 6.43 kilonewton meter. So this is our fixing moments. So now, see, we will mark this fixing moments in the diagram, that is minus 8.77, minus 9.40, minus 6.43 and minus 4.5. All are minus, all are negative values. Okay. So, we will draw our fixing moment diagram. Okay, so our fixing moment diagram will be at A, it is minus 8.77. So we have 8.77 kilonewton meter. At B, it is minus 9.40 meter. 9.40 kilonewton meter. At C, it is minus 6.43 kilonewton meter, and at D it is minus 4.5 kilonewton meter. So, our bending moment, fixing moment diagram will be at B it is 9.4, at C it is 6.43, at D it is 4.5. See here at E it will be 0, right? So this will be our fixing moment diagram and all these are negative. So this is called fixing moment diagram. Now our bending moment diagram is a combination, is the summation of these both. Summation of simple moment diagram and fixing moment diagram. So that we will draw the bending moment diagram. Our bending moment diagram is, okay. So our fixing moment diagram, our simple beam moment diagram is, it is 17.14, now 14.06, 8.44. Okay, now our fixing moment diagram is 8.77, 9.40, 6.43, 4.5 and so this is, see here we have the negative moments. That means at all these supports we have the negative moments and the remaining places, remaining portions of the beam we have positive moments. So these are positive moments and these are the negative moments. Negative, negative, negative. Okay. Now, so this is our bending moment diagram. Now our aim is to draw the shear force diagram. So for drawing the shear force diagram, once again we will draw our beam. So this is A, B, C, D and E. So we have a 10 kilonewton load here. In BC we have 4.5 kilonewton per meter. At CD we have a 9 kilonewton load and at E we have a 3 kilonewton load. So the distances are AB, it is fixed support, roller support, roller support and a roller support. So here it is 3 meter, 4 meter. So totally 5 meters. Here it is 4 meter. This is 1.5 meter. This is 1.5 meter. Now our moments are, this is 9.4. Here we have a moment of 6.43. Here there is a moment of 4.5. Here we have a moment of 8.77. Now, in order to find the shear force diagram, first of all we will take the moments. So taking the moments to the right of C. Taking the moments to the right of C we get. We are taking C as the section. We are taking all the moments to the right of C. So we get, see first here we have 9. So minus 9 into 1.5. So minus 9 into 1.5. Now we have RD, right? So plus RD into 4. So this 4.5 gets cancelled. We have 3 kilonewton concentrated load here. So 3 into this distance, 5.5. So it is minus 3 into 5.5. Now we have this load. Here we have a 6.43 kilonewton. So plus 6.43 is equal to 0. So from this we get RD is equal to 5.89 kilonewton. So RD is equal to 5.89 kilonewton. Now we will take the moments to the right of B. So taking moments to the right of B we are taking the moments to the right of B. So when we are taking the moments to the right of B, we have a 4.5 kilonewton per meter, right? So it is minus 4.5 into, the distance is 5 into 2.5. Now we have RC. So plus RC into 5. Now we have a 9 kilonewton. So minus 9 into 5 plus 1.5. So 6.5. Minus 9 into 6.5. So we have 3 into 10.5. Minus 3 into 10.5. Plus, that is the moment at B is 9.4. Plus 9.4 is equal to 0. From which we get RC is equal to 16.77 kilonewton. So RC is equal to 16.77 kilonewton. Now we are taking the moments to the right of A. Now the unknowns are RA and RB. Okay. Now taking the moments to the right of A. See, because everywhere we are taking right, because A is fixed support. Okay. So taking to the right of A. Taking to the right of A, we have this 10 into distance. This get cancelled. RB into 7 minus 4.5 into 5 into this distance plus RC into, that is 16.77 into this distance minus 9 into this distance. This gets cancelled, this gets cancelled, plus RD into this distance minus 3 into this distance plus 8.77 is equal to 0. So, I will write here taking the moments of the right of A, we get mine together. Putting it together, 10 into 3 plus RB into 7 minus 4.5 into 5 into 9.5 plus RC into 12 minus 9 into 13.5 plus RD into 16 minus 3 into 17.5 plus 8.77 is equal to 0. We get RB is equal to 16.21 kilonewton. Now we know upward reactions is equal to downward loads. So RA plus RB plus RC plus RD is equal to 10 plus 9 plus 3 plus 4.5 into 5. So from this we get RA is equal to 5.63 kilonewton. Okay. So RB is equal to 16.21 kilonewton and RA is equal to 5.63 kilonewton. Now we will draw the shear force diagram. So our shear force diagram is at A we have 5.63, right? So here it is 5.63 kilonewton. Now A, B, C, D, E, this is F and this is G. Up to F we do not have any loads. At F we have a 10 kilonewton load downwards. So it is 5 minus 5.63 minus 10. We have 4.37. Now up to B we do not have any loads. At B we have 16.21. So it is minus 4.37 plus 16.21 we have 11.84. So here we will have 11.84. So from B to C there is an UDL of 4.5 into 5. So it is 11.84 plus 11.84 minus 4.5 into 5. So we get minus 10.66. So here at C we have minus 10.66. So it is 10.66. So from C to G at C. See at C we have RC is equal to 16.77. So 10 minus 10.66 plus 16.77 we get 6.11. So at C we have 6.11. So from up to G we do not have any load. At G we have a 9 kilonewton load. So 6.11 minus 9 we get 2.89. So here it is 2.89. Now up to D we do not have any load. At D we have minus 5.89. So it is minus 2.89 plus 5.89. It is 3. Up to E we do not have any load. At E we have a 3 kilonewton load. So 3 minus 3 it is 0. This is 3, this is a 0, we will start from 0. So this is our shear force diagram. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. So see, our aim is draw the given diagram, draw the simple beam moment diagram, draw the fixing beam moment diagram, then combine these both, add these both, draw the bending moment diagram, draw the given diagram, mark all the moments in order to use the equilibrium equations. Use the static equilibrium conditions, taking the moments to the right or left of the sections. Find the shear force diagram. So this is how. Okay, in between we forgot to draw the deflection diagram. So how will we draw the deflection diagram for this? So you all know how to draw the deflection diagram. So we don't have space here. So anyway, I will try to show you. See, our deflection diagram will be, see, from this you have a sagging, hogging, then up to this you will have a sagging, then you will have a hogging up to this, sagging, hogging, sagging, sagging, and from this you will have a hogging. So this will be your bending deflection diagram. So thank you for today. Thank you for listening.